I was climbing in the canyon when I slipped and fell. My right hand got pinned under a massive boulder. I pulled with everything I had, trying to free my arm, but the rock wouldn't budge an inch. Then I tried lifting the boulder from below, but it was completely useless. I lost it. I started taking out all my fear on that stone. I screamed for help at the top of my lungs, but there wasn't a single living soul around. Once I calmed down, I tried to save myself again. I pulled out my multi-tool, opened the knife blade with my teeth, and carefully started chipping away at the boulder. A few minutes later, I barely scratched the surface, but my hand was throbbing with pain. I panicked and accidentally dropped the knife into a crack below. I immediately pulled off my sock, trying to grab it with my toes, but I couldn't reach it, so I picked up a twig and bent it into a hook, then slowly lowered it down with my foot. Luckily, I got the knife back. I couldn't help but laugh, because that knife was my only shot at survival. Suddenly, a wave of dizziness hit me. My right hand had been trapped for so long, as the blood stopped flowing. The skin had turned a sickly purple-black, and I couldn't even feel the knife tip when I poked it. I knew I had to chip faster. I carved from afternoon until deep into the night. I was dying of thirst, but I had to wait until midnight to drink. Out here in the desert, rationing water is the only way to stay alive. After taking a sip, I tossed my safety rope upward with my left hand. It caught on a rock ledge above. I wrapped the other end around my waist and clipped it in place. Now I could finally hang and rest for a bit, but the freezing wind woke me up almost immediately. I checked the time. I'd only slept 5 minutes. The canyon was brutally cold at night. If I didn't keep moving, I'd freeze to death, so I had no choice but to keep chipping away. By morning, I was on the verge of passing out. My arm was burning with exhaustion. Then I noticed sunlight creeping into the canyon. I stretched out my foot to soak in its warmth, but it only lasted about 15 minutes. A narrow gap went dark again. In despair, I turned on my camcorder. I recorded what I thought would be my final words. I didn't have my phone. I hadn't told anyone where I was going. I knew I might die here. My food was long gone, only a few drops of water left. I gave up. I looked into the camera and said quietly,
I'm in pretty deep too, yeah?
Suddenly, falling rocks startled me awake. I screamed toward the opening with everything I had, hoping someone, anyone, would hear me. I yelled for what felt like forever, but there was no response. Maybe the rocks were just in my head. After I pulled myself together, I picked up the camcorder again and watched what I just recorded. I felt ashamed. I'd conquered countless challenges before, and there I was, crying like a child. And so I closed my eyes and told myself,
Do not lose it.